These virtues, which are considered as the goals also, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, we all have them as our needs. As I explained last time also, dharma is the goodness, artha is the security, kama is happiness, and last but not the least is liberation, moksha. We all seek this in different ways, but we seek them as individual pursuits, independent of each other. We need security, we need the happiness, we need goodness, and we also need certain amount of freedom. But when they all combine together, if it is available in one single pursuit, then that is what is referred as spiritual life. So what is liberation here? That is where we stopped. We'll read that verse number 5 here. Muktirvai mochanam vidhi samsritehe vilakshana hi bhaktistu shuddha prema rasatmika. Muktihi, liberation, is mochanam, freedom. From what? Jara marana samsritehe. From samsriti means constant change. In the form of what? Jara, old age, marana, death. So old age, death, senility, these are the things that we are not able to avoid. Nobody wants to get old. Only person who wants to get old is a person who is a teenager. He says, I am considered as only kid. I want to grow up. Once they reach 20, they don't want to go any further. Remain 20. So old age nobody wants. Marana definitely not. Nobody wants to die. Only an Australian wants to die. When did you come here? To die. So only for that. So nobody wants to die. Even a smallest ant you take, it doesn't want to be disturbed. Is it not? The smallest ant you take, you go and put your hand, it will look at you. Why are you unnecessarily disturbing me? It will go around you. You try to squeeze any life form, it will try to escape. So, jara marana samsritehe mochanam, to get free from the constant, unavoidable facts of life, old age, death, that is called liberation. Your opinion when you have and you are telling about that to your manager and he shuts it down, do you like it? Because your opinion dead. Your idea, your suggestion, please do not, when you go out, excuse me, you don't come back, okay? Close the door. I don't want movements here, please. So, when your idea, your opinion, when it is shut down, I don't like it. Just like I don't like it. We all have our own pet ideas, our own opinions, our own way of looking at things. And when we are, our ideas, our opinions, our suggestions, when it is not accepted, then we don't like it. Our Gurudev, he was so strict. And that is how we have been disciplined. No one should come after the class is started and no one should get out until the class is over. That is what is called discipline. And it is not like a beach party, You come here, eat something and walk around, moongfali like a cow, listen to some music, listen to your own lecture or listen to your phone and then do something on your own while you are here. That's not allowed. then you be at home. Here we are for a particular purpose and we have to accomplish that. So, Jara Marana Samsritehe Mochanam Moksha. Liberation is freedom from unavoidable things called death, old age, etc. So, but that is what we pursue. But that we do independently. So, what we want is happiness, security, wealth, goodness, then liberation. What happens is, if you want happiness, at the same time you want security, you will find it is difficult to get it. So, whenever we are free to do something, there is always a feeling of insecurity about it. Let us say that you earned money and then you want to spend it. While spending, are you happy about it? Oh, so much I spent. And I have to work for more to get more because my bank account is going down. Then I have to work hard. I don't like it. Okay, I don't want to spend. I want to go on accumulating money. That also is not going to give happiness. I have enough money, but I have no mind to spend at all. Then that security or the money that you have got has not added any value to your happiness. When you want to be happy, you are always worried about money that you are wasting. Sometimes when you say I want to be free, but most of the time when you want to be free, it will be against your dharma, against goodness. I was told yesterday, somebody was saying, my son is now going to have a party next month. I said, what's the occasion? He's turning 21. He's going to Las Vegas. So what is it got to do with 21 and going to Las Vegas? Oh, Swami, you don't know. That is a legal drinking age. Is it the dharma of a 21-year-old to drink? Maybe in this country it is possible. But I become 21, therefore I am allowed to drink. I will do that. That is not a dharma. That is not a virtue you go on telling people. So I want to have the freedom of drinking, but that is not going to help me in any way. To become a better person? No. So, your freedom always comes at the cost of being good. You see the contradiction there? So, happiness is not going with security. Happiness does not go along with goodness also. Freedom doesn't necessarily bring in always the right values. Many of the time our freedom is such that we go against our own willingness, against our own values, many times. Oh, I am in the company of people and they do that and therefore I also do it. Then you lose your principles. So then what is that which we can pursue wherein all these four can be brought in as a single unit? That's why the next line he said, Vilakshana hi bhakti hi. Different indeed is the devotion, Shuddha prema rasatmika. It is of the nature of pure love. Now the question is how the love can bring in all the four. Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Goodness, security, happiness and freedom. That is what is to be understood. How this pursuit of true love can accomplish all the four, which are goodness, happiness, security and freedom. And here that is the topic that we need to really look into. Shuddha prema rasatmika. What is Shuddha prema? Pure love. That is why Tulsidasi writes in Ramayana very beautifully, Nanya spruha ragupade hridaye smadiye satyam vadami cha bhavan akilantaratma Bhaktim prayaccha raghupungava nirbharam me kamadidosharahidam kurumanasam cha. Beautifully he says, Satyam vadami, I am telling you the truth. What is that? Nanyaspraha, I don't have any other desire. Raghupate asme hridaye smadiye. In my heart I have nothing else, O Lord. Satyam vadami cha bhavan. O Lord, I am telling you the truth. Akhilantaratma, you are the very self of all being. Therefore, I cannot tell untruth to you, because you are already there in my heart. If I tell the untruth, you will know it. If I am telling which is not true, you will surely know it. Like your wife knows exactly when you tell the untruth. If you are telling a lie, your wife just look at you. Huh? Why? Because she is living in your heart. She knows exactly when you are telling the truth and when you are not. Is it not true? Say yes or no. Better say yes, otherwise you will be in trouble. How can I tell untruth to you, O Lord? How can I say a falsehood? Because you are the antaratma of everybody. Satyam vadami cha bhavan akhilantaratma. What is that I want? Bhaktim prayaccha raghupungava nirbharam me. Nirbharam bhaktim prayaccha. Please give me that ever-filled love for you. How? Kamadi dosharahitam, which is beyond mere fancy or infatuation. Kamadi dosha. Dosha means the defect of infatuation, the defect of mere attraction, bodily lust. That is not what I am asking about. When you go to the temple of the Lord and look at the Lord only as a physical structure, it is a physical bodily attraction to that form. That's all it is. The Lord is not the form that you see there. It is decorated form. That is not the one. Akhilantaratma. You are the self of all. Kamadi dosharahitam kuru manasam cha. Make your my mind without that lusty, low level, low kind of love, and make it a true love. That is called Shuddha Prema Rasatmika. The pure love. That is what I seek. Vilakshana ki bhaktirstu Shuddha Prema Rasatmika. Now, what is that Shuddha Prema that is said in the next verse we read? This is called the nature of devotion. anything that is material, which is matter, which is subject to change, which is owned, which is possessed. And when we own something which is not us, it is always possibility of insecurity is there. It will go away. I will not have it anymore. Or if it has its own intelligence, it will leave me. So when you own a car doesn't go on its own without you. It doesn't drive by itself. But your son, your daughter, your own wife, your own husband, living beings, they have their own mind also. They have their own priorities also. You cannot hold on to them for a long. After some time they'll say, I think I have a better life to lead. I have better things to do. Your own children, your own friends, your own servants, your own subordinates, right? So material things, people, all these things we have only asakti. Asajjate iti asakti, getting attached. So this physical body is limited, and with the limited thing when I have a love, it's called limited love only. It is not parama prema, it is alpa prema. Alpa vastushu premaha alpa prema. The love that you have for limited things is insignificant, limited only. So what is supreme love then? Supreme love is that love for the supreme. That's the difference. So when a person is living by oneself, let us say that a bachelor who just graduated and he is now living on, nowadays they don't want to live with the parents also. On my own. Of course, in this economy they may not do that, but they would better live with the parents. They cannot maintain their own house anyway. I because my timings are different, I come anytime I want, and I have late parties in the weekends, and I have to go there, I have to do this. So when you are earning yourself, you want to live by yourself. Okay. So there, at that time, when you are living by yourself, earning, and then you are doing your own activities, your own habits you are pursuing, your own interests you are pursuing, you have no concern about taking care of anybody else. You don't have to take care of any house or anything. Your house is in fact not worth even going inside. In some houses I go, before I go tell them, I ask them, are you going to scare me with this room or not? One house recently I went, he said, Swamiji, you must visit all the rooms in my house. I said, okay, because he recently moved. I said, one of the rooms where his teenage boy was. So, am I allowed to enter? Yes, at your own risk. Because you do not know what is going to be inside. So when you are living by yourself, you are not bothered about anyone. You don't need to take care of it. Everything will be there. You know, will be a shirt will be here, shoe and the other things will be hanging on from the ceiling and everything. Why? Who cares? But when you get married, hopefully you are responsible for one more person in your life. At least for that person's sake, you keep some discipline. So when you are by yourself, your love is limited to your body, your interests, your habits, your routine. The moment you are married to another person, or you have included another person in your life, not necessarily married nowadays, you are living together, then you must take that person's interest also, that person's value also, that person's requirements also into your life. Then what happens? To that extent, your love has become little broader. Right? Then comes children. Then their interest, their activities, their way of life, you have to include them also. You want to ready to go for a party, the child, he cries and he has some sickness and you're cancelled. Why? Because I'm interested. Because your love for the children makes you let go of all other things. So when you have 2 more people, 3 more people added into your life, to that extent your love has become more. So therefore, more number added to your own life, the love expands. If the entire universe is included as the Lord himself, then that is called supreme love. It is no more attachment. Attachment is only when you want this and I don't want that. You see, attachment is I need this, I want this, and I don't want that. I like this person, I don't like that person. I want to be with this one and not to be with that person. So when you are specific, it is attachment. When it is all inclusive, it is called bhakti. That is why, in Hinduism, you see, you have a particular deity of your in your own Ishtadevata, favorite deity. That doesn't mean you hate all others. If I am a Krishna Bhakta, I understood, I do the Krishna Puja or Krishna Upasana. That doesn't mean I don't like another. No, they are there. But I prefer this one over the other because I include all others into him. It's not that I am hateful of all others. It is not fanatic. It's not to say that I only believe in this, on all others I don't believe, I hate them and I want to throw them out of my. No. They are there, they are included in this. All inclusive. So, Ishvare Paramam Prema, that is what is called. Because in Ramana Maharshi says in Upadeshasaram, Jagada Ishati Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhradeva Pujanam. Ishvara is what? It is including all aspects of the world. Ishvara, that is why he says Jagata Ishadi Yukta Sevanam. The Jagat, the world itself, Ishvaraha. Iti Yukta Sevanam. Serving the world as though the world is none other than the Lord himself. This is what is called Ishvara Prema. Ishvare Paramam Prema Bhakti Rityabhidhiyate. Asakti, otherwise it is known as attachment. Vishayeshu, Vishaya Prema. Putra or the Deha Dara Grihadishu. So, when you say asakti, what does it mean? What do you mean by attachment? What is the nature of this attachment? You see, the next verse he says, Ahankaram tata swartam Paramam Prema Katyate. Ahankaram, ego. Tata, also. Swartam, selfishness. Tektva, asaktim. Having given up this attachment, griha adishu, in the house, etc. Meaning, deha, dara, griha. In one's own body and its attachments, and one's own kith and kin and people, only that, getting attached to them, and house, etc. Saha Ishvarena Tadatmyam, identifying with the Lord. That is called Paramam Prema Katyate. That is what is called supreme love. Swamiji, you can say that because you don't have a house. You don't have anybody, like wife. You don't have any other business or professional, and therefore you can say all these things. But हम लोगों के लिए ऐसा नहीं होता है. It is not possible for us. See, here we are not talking about leaving them physically. It is not that get out of your house and the relationship, which is not talked about. Asakti Tyaga. Question the nature of love you have with these people or these things. Is it true love of understanding and accommodating and sacrificing, or it is merely taking help of them for your happiness? Just think about it. Do you have your children, your wife, your house, your business for your happiness or for their happiness? Ask that question. Huh? Because love is measured by the amount of sacrifice one is ready to do. If I say that I am in love with this person, the first question is how much I am ready to sacrifice for this person. That is love. Not how much I get out of that person for my happiness. How much I use that person for my joy. Then it is not love. It is lust or attachment. So if it is my wife or my husband, my children, how much I am ready to serve them, sacrifice for their sake. In terms of time, in terms of wealth, in terms of energy, how much I am useful to them? Ask that question. That is what is referred here as love. And when you are ready to sacrifice to a larger cause, that is called paramam. Ishwarena tadatmyam. Identification with the Lord. What do you mean by identification with the Lord? Even if in your limited understanding you consider the Lord as the creator of the universe, as the creator or the sustainer of the entire creation, what is his standpoint? How does he look at the world? Just like you look at your own children as my children, and you have so much, even if you are spending so much time and energy for their sake, what will be the Lord doing with respect to his creation? 24 hours available on duty. For what? For the sake of the world. For everybody's sake. So when I identify with the Lord, that means what? My services are for everybody in this world. That is when your ahankar slowly gets attenuated. As I said earlier, limited is your identification, to that extent is your ego. That limited is your love. My ego is measured by how much I identify with that thing. If I have ego about my body, anybody criticizes, ridicules about my body, I will get very agitated and disturbed. If I'm identified with my job or my business, somebody making fun of it, I will get disturbed. Why? Because according to my identification, so will be my ego. So if I have to give up the ego and selfishness, I must identify with the Lord. In any occasion where you are confronting with any particular situation, there are two ways of approaching it, as an individual, as the Lord. If Lord is in this particular context, how will he treat the situation? As an individual, I have my pet opinions, ideas, and according to that I will react. If the Lord of the universe were to be in this situation, how does he handle this? And you will know that you will have the utmost compassion, ability to accept everybody's limitation, and making sure that helping them to come out of it. That is the way the Lord will work. Nobody is punished. Everybody is given an opportunity to come out of his problems. If that person has such a limitation, he makes a mistake, he makes certain blunders, it is one thing to punish, all right, to set right things. But the intention is to get him out of that mistake. You've seen the Puranas and the stories, etc. You will always see the Lord, the way he would handle it is not a killing or violence or punishment there. It is an opportunity for that fellow to get out of his mistakes. Similarly, therefore, here he says, Saha Ishwarena Tadatnyam, identification with the Lord and the way he would handle that situation. That maturity, that infinite love and compassion to whatever one encounters, that is Paramam Prema Katyate. Where Ahankara is not there, it is not ego, it is not selfishness, it is accommodation, compassion, including everybody, and handling situation the way the Lord will handle. That is the reason why Bhagavad Katha is important. Reading the stories connected to the Lord is important because we should know how the Lord will handle a situation. Why do we read Ramayana, etc.? It is a story already, we all know the story. But that is not important, the story is simple. Every Bollywood story is nothing but Ramayana only. But how he handled that situation from the standpoint of being a God, that is where that value that we emulate, the greatness of it. All right, so we'll see more next time. My request is, please do not, if you are inside the hall, don't go out. If you are out, don't come in. So once the session starts, don't move here in and outside, please. Thank you. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkhavat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.